I am on live because I have a little bit of time here before my next meeting. So I was like, let me hop on here and answer any questions that people might have about email marketing or anything like that. So I'm gonna stay on here for a little bit. I have a an open pad here, an open Evernote. So what I'm doing now, every time I'm going live, I just jot down some notes and I share it. So if there's certain things that develop as I'm speaking, I can um, I can share my notes and add to whoever is jumping in on the conversation. Last night I went live within a group within a Facebook rooms to have a discussion about how to make a website for little to no money, and not many people joined. So my assumption is not too many people want to learn about that, but um, either way, let me know what questions you guys have. And let me see if let me make sure this whole thing is set up because for some reason, like I'll set up these lives and then like something will happen, like you guys won't be able to hear me or so email marketing. So I mean, I guess I'll start off by talking about the why you should be doing email marketing, why it is not a good idea for you to it's not good for you to not do email marketing. Email marketing actually should be the essential part of your digital business. You should start an email marketing campaign before you have a website. I'm going to say that again. You should start your email marketing before you have a website. You should start your email marketing before you have a website. I'm going to say it again. You should start your email marketing before you have a website. Email marketing is so just imagine in the physical world, not the digital world, in the physical world, we all live somewhere, right? Well, hopefully we all live somewhere. Um, we have addresses, and that address is a pointer. That pointer says this person lives in this house. This is where they go. Um, but this is what I was calling you for this. Well, you should have answered when I called you back. I called you back, and you basically gave me the finger. So um, let's chat after I get off here. I'm gonna call you back. I'm gonna call you back after I get off here. But you should start your email marketing campaign before you have a website. And some people will say, "Well, why, Mike? Why would you say something? Why would you say something foolish like that?" And first of all, it's not foolish. It is actually it is what you need to do before you build your website. To be actually your coming soon page. Your coming soon page for your website should be capturing emails and putting it into a campaign. You should already be thinking about what information you're going to be sharing with people to get them even on the website. Imagine, you know how painful it is seeing people build websites and no one sees it? You know how painful that is? It is so much better to build a website that people see. So, um, it is essential. It is absolutely essential that you create a mechanism to drive people there. And email marketing is the best way to do it. Some of you, the biggest rebuttal I normally get is, well, but Mike, like, I don't, I don't buy too much stuff through email marketing. And my response is, I would definitely never, I, I would never, don't put yourself or use excuses for things you don't do for, with things that it is critical that other people do. There are millions of people that are absolutely buying things through email, or at least even getting the email triggers their triggers them to inquire on something. Every big business does email marketing. There's no big business that doesn't do email marketing. Apple does email marketing. Samsung does email marketing. AT&T, Verizon, T-Mobile. I mean, you name the company, they all do email marketing. So you as a small business owner that want to grow, why wouldn't you do it? And quite frankly, when you start off doing email marketing, it is free. It's free. You could do email marketing for free. Why not do it? What questions do you guys have? Talk to me. Questions. I'm on here to answer questions. I want to well, let me. Why did I wow myself? Oh, I probably pressed something. Alicia. I don't have any questions today, but I've created 2 lead magnets this week, and I'm working on a third. 2 checklists, 1 cheat sheet, all focused on real estate, on estate planning, and property insurance claims. I'll be working on the email sequences and videos for the ads today. So excited! Love it, love it, love it. Please, all of your checklists and cheat sheets, drop it in this group. Drop it in this group. I can't tell you how valuable that is. And as you start to build that list, that's gonna be key. Even if you don't have a ton of content for your email distribution, um, you still have it on hand. I would say though, if you're gonna capture someone's email, do your best to engage with them as soon as possible, and do your best to engage with them as soon as possible, so that they know when they actually subscribed to your list. Here's a couple things. I'm gonna I'm writing down some ideas here, and I'm gonna share my screen. I'm gonna share my screen for you guys so you can and you could use it if you want. Let me see how to do this. Hold on. Dope. All right. So when you're sending, so one of the first things to know is that, like, when you're sending emails, it's really important to sort of get them to buy into wanting to open your email. So what I normally do when it comes to sending like at least a first email, I normally outline what you'd be having in your future emails and asking for permission, or asking questions. So, an example of outlining what you'd be doing, by having what you'd be having in your future emails, you can, your first email can be, hey, what's going on? Thanks for it. Don't use the word subscribing. 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 Don't use the word newsletter. Don't use the word newsletter. Don't use the word newsletter. Folks, don't use these words. Don't use the word subscribe. Don't use the word newsletter. Use other words. People don't like those words. You can say something to the effect of, Thanks for giving me your email address to hear more about these topics. Thanks for giving me your email address through the landing page or through social media or whatever. Like, remind them that they did an action to get this email. They did an action to get the email. The next thing to do when it comes to outlining what you'd be having in your future emails is to say something along the lines of, I'm very excited about. Make sure that the copy in your email, make sure that the information and the copy in your email is selfless copy. Make sure to write selfless copy. So what that means is, like, the information, everything that you're sending is for them. It's for them. Hey, what's going on? I can't wait to take my experiences and share with you. I can't wait for you to benefit from the information I send to you. I can't wait for you to exercise this information so you can grow your business. I can't wait for you to be able to do A, B, and C so you can grow your wealth, so you can become healthier, so you can become more fit, so you can be more social, so you can grow your follow. Like, make it about them. It has to be about them. It always has to be about them. In marketing, it always has to be about them. All right, so make sure in the first email, say something along the lines of, hey, thanks for giving me your email address, on social media, to hear more about A, B, and C. I'm excited about taking my experience to share with you some of the best methods behind ... Now, I like to. You can also, in the first email, you could do something known as, like, writing out what's considered to be like the three benefits of following your brand. 3 benefits of following your brand can be, something like becoming more healthy, gaining more wealth, growing your following, increasing your revenue. Remind people of the benefits of following you. It could be something along the lines of building your relationships, getting more organized, cooking healthier. I don't know what it is. Either way, you come up with 3 benefits to following your brand. 3 benefits to following your brand. Now, one thing that I wanna pause and say, all right? One thing I want to pause and say, this is something that you need to do regardless, irrespective of the fact that, like, you're growing your email list, okay? You need to, period, have 3 benefits to growing your brand, right? Like, I try to, like, this is my, everything that I have on my stuff. And I don't always like using myself as sort of an example, but I will in this case. When you come to my page, I'm literally telling you, I help business owners and freelancers. I help business owners sell more, make more, be more, and do more. Period. That is literally, I help business owners make more, sell more, be more, and do more so that they can have more. Period. I want to tell you, I'm trying to tell you the benefit up front. I advise you to do the absolute same thing. Anybody that comes across my brand, everybody that I speak to, they're like, what do you do? I help business owners sell more online. I help them make more online. I help them do more. I help them be more. Like, that's my go-to. I don't say. So this is also something. So if I may tell you a pet peeve that I have when it comes to speaking to business owners. One of the pet peeves that I have when I speak to business owners is when I ask them what they do, they tell me their title. Like, hey, I'll be like, oh, what do you do? And they'll be like, oh, well, I'm a business development specialist for blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, what do you do? What do you do? I didn't ask you what your title was. What do you do? Right. And so, as a business owner, if you outline your 3 benefits, your core benefits, what do people get from being in your sphere? What do people get from being in your sphere? Then that's going to help you with qualifying people. And it's also going to help you with that conversation when they actually reach out to you. So first email, be selfless. Outline your 3 benefits. Ask for permission or questions. Oh, I already wrote that. When it comes to questions, this is important when it comes to email marketing, because you can actually, the more questions you ask your list, the more you can segment the list based off of their answers. So a tool that I use, to do like a lot of segments is Mailerlite. So I'm on one of my clients account here. So I'm just going to use this account as sort of an example. This individual is not in this state. He's not in this state, and he's not a part of this community. So I'm just gonna use his as an example, right? So I created this template for him to be able to very easily just input information into it. But I wanna show you one of the tools within this email marketing platform that can enable you to segment the list. And what I mean by segmenting a list is this. If you have 1,000 people in your list, if you have 900 people in your list, if 300 of them like cars, and 300 of them like electronics, and 300 of them like fishing, if I'm producing content, I want to send the most relevant emails to those people. I'm not going to send the fishing stuff all the time to the people that like cars, and I'm not going to send the cars to the people that like the fishing. I want to send fishing related stuff directly to the fishing people, car stuff to the car people, and electronic stuff to the electronics people. All right. I want to make it so what you do is in stuff like this, like you can create these little surveys. You could create these little surveys. So like here's an example of something you can make, right? Hold on, where is it? Survey and quiz, right? I could literally drop a hold on. Oh, I can only have one at a time. I can only have one survey / quiz at a time in an email. So I'm just going to use this as an example. So in here, I could literally have a set of questions in the email. So instead of, how would you rate this score and the outro, what I could do is I could ask a question and I could say, which one of these topics interests you most, right? And then I could say automobiles, auto, clothes, or shoes, or fishing, right? Now, after they answer, like let's say, which one of these topics interest you most? And let's say they answer with a specific answer, right? If they select auto, then I can add them to a specific group. I can add that subscriber to a specific group and call that group like auto. So now when I send emails, I know if something is leaning more towards auto interest, I'm doing that because they told me they want to hear about auto stuff. If they start hearing too much about clothes and they don't have an interest in clothes, they're going to unsubscribe. You can segment your list based off of what people have interest in, and you do that through asking them questions. Email marketing. Alicia, I learned this a few months ago. Now I say I help people build and protect their net worth. That usually leads to questions that allow me to explain how I help clients as an attorney and realtor. Yes. Say what you do and be as high level as possible. The best thing you can do The best thing you can do as a business owner, is when someone asks you what you do, to be able to get them to ask more questions. You want to know a secret that I do? And I learned this a while ago. What I do, I answer. Sometimes I answer with a question. So an example would be like, let's say someone asks me, "Oh, Mike, what do you do?" This was back when I switched it up a little bit, but back when I was just building websites and just doing marketing versus like all the coaching and stuff like that. What I would do is somebody would ask me, what do you do, Mike? And I would answer with the question. I would say, oh, well, have you ever seen those websites, those e-commerce websites that's generating like $20,000 a month? And they're like, yeah. I've seen those. Yeah, I build those. Right? So when you ask a question that gets people to sort of create that mental image of a thing, that enables you to affirm it. When they say, yeah, I've seen those, you've now separated yourself from like let's say, and again, this is the reason why you're not supposed to say titles. And I know I'm totally diverting away from the topic of email marketing, but I just want to touch on it. When someone says, what do you do? And you tell them, oh, I'm a marketer, or I'm an attorney. In their mind, that answer, they associate that with something that they've already been affiliated with. So it's like, oh, you're an attorney? Oh, yeah, my cousin's an attorney. They won't even ask you what type of attorney you are. Oh, you're a marketer? Oh, yeah, my cousin Boo Boo does that. And it's like, okay, you technically haven't separated yourself now, right? But when you ask a question like that, like somebody says, oh, what do you do? You're like, oh, well, I help. Have you ever seen those campaigns? Have you ever seen those ads where like you click on something for brown shoes and all of a sudden you get all these ads for brown shoes? It's like, oh yeah, oh my gosh, yeah, I've seen that. All right, cool, yeah, I build those for small business owners to help them, increase their revenue. It's like, wow, okay, I know what you do. Now, since I coach, I now say, oh, well, have you seen those business owners that like 1 minute you're seeing their social media is all over the place, and then the next minute like they're generating revenue through social media? It's like, yeah. I'm seeing a lot of people making money on social media. Yeah, I help them grow their online business. I help them with social selling. And now it's like, okay, I want to know what you do. So once they start asking questions, then you're able to drive that conversation. Okay, email marketing. I digressed. I totally digressed. So if you can send messages to ask people questions, that is going to help with your ability to create really cool content. Actually, instead of this being a Meredith, what's the most cost-effective platform for beginners? So I'm going to add that to the broadcast because I think that's a really good question. So, so first and foremost, whenever you say cost effective, most people would think, what is the least expensive, right? So cost effective and least expensive are two completely different things. If you spend nothing on email marketing or social media or anything, if you spend nothing on marketing, but you make nothing, that is not cost effective. That's actually very expensive. But now let's say you spend $10 a month and you're generating 500. Now that is extremely cost effective. So I'm going to say this first and foremost, when it comes to email marketing, the majority of email marketing platforms are free if you have under a certain amount of subscribers. If you have under a certain number of subscribers, most platforms are free. Mailerlite, MailChimp, ActiveCampaign, Constant Contact, I think, has a premium. ConvertKit, Drip, HubSpot, like all of them have a free version if you have under a certain number of subscribers. Now, it is up to you to make the most out of those subscribers and get them to consume something that you're offering. If you have a business, people need to be buying something. If they're not buying anything, then you don't have a business yet. All right. So you need to get people to buy. Cost effectiveness is all about getting people, you're doing something to get them to buy. My recommendation in terms of platforms to start with, I love this platform called Mailerlite. I love Mailerlite. Mailerlite is a very it's very intuitive, it's easy to use, and it is free for anybody that has under 1,000 subscribers. Free for under 1,000 subscribers. You can send up to 12 emails to all of these subscribers a month. I don't know any of my clients who are getting anywhere close to that. You don't need to send a ton of emails. It's about sending the right emails. All right. So, but then even after you get past 1,000, I mean, if you'll start to look at what the cost is. You know, if you're at 10,000, if you're at 10,000 people or 5,000 people, it's $30 a month. $30 a month, unlimited emails. Right now, again, if you're sending out 5,000 emails and you're not making anything, then it's not the platform. That's you, right? So, if you're not, if you have to be able to get people to convert. You have to be able to get people to convert. Questions. And I'm not gonna stay on here too long because questions. Talk to me. And I just I don't know. I talk to so many black business owners, man. I talk to so many black business owners, and there's just these little things. There's these little things that black business owners don't do that other business owners do. Like I don't get it. It's free. This stuff is free. Why aren't more? It's crazy. I don't get it. I don't get it. Like why wouldn't a business owner say, "Hey, like there's this free tool that can enable me to make a lot of money." Like why wouldn't you use it? It's kind of like it's borderline intentional. It's kind of borderline intentional. Like think about this, right? Let's say let me I'm gonna walk you through. Let me share my screen again. Let me share my screen again so you can. So actually, you know what? Instead of doing that, let me just I'm gonna do a blank. I'm gonna do some very basic calculations for you guys. Oh man. So and let's just say emails captured daily, right? Let's say emails captured daily, emails per week, inquiries through email, value per client, number of sales attributed to email, total. So well, I'm gonna do monthly. I'm gonna do monthly, right? And you know what? I'm not even gonna do the whole emails per week. I'm just gonna say we're running a campaign, and regardless of the number of emails, whatever. So let's say every month. You you capture 100 emails, right? And let's say because you're sending out emails throughout the month. Let's say you get 15 inquiries. 15 inquiries. That's people that say, hey, you know what? Like, I want to learn a little bit more about something you said in an email. Let's say everybody that every client is worth $1,000, right? Let's say out of the 15 inquiries, let's say you get 2 sales, right? Actually, that's why I put the number of emails. That's why I put the number of emails. So I'm going to say the number of monthly emails is 4, right? So let's say I make 2 sales. The value per client is 1,000. I got 15 people to inquire, 100 emails captured. That's a 15% conversion rate. If I were to take the value per email, I would literally say, all right, this would be 2,000 divided by 4. 2,000 divided by 4. 2,000 divided by 100. So, and hear me out for a second here, right? Hear me out for a second. So, if you send one email a week, but every week you're capturing about 25 email addresses, right? That's like 5 email addresses a day if you're working 5 days a week. Let's say within that month you get 15 inquiries. The value per client is about $1,000. The number of sales you get 2 sales, right? You would make a total of $2,000. What that means is every time you wrote an email, you made $500. Every time you wrote an email, you made $500. Every time you got a subscriber, every email you input into your email list was worth $20, regardless of the fact that you didn't close 92 of them. You did not close 92 people, but the value of each one of them was $20 because you had to go through the 100 to get the 2. You had to go through the 100 to get the 2. Does that make sense? If that makes sense, put one in the chat, please. Like, I need to know that this stuff is making sense because I recorded a video. Yesterday. I recorded a video yesterday. I mean, I posted it, but then I deleted it because I was like, I don't think, like, am I saying bad information? Like, am I giving people bad advice? I was in front of the coffee place, and this girl came up, and I know her. She came up and she was like, Mike, I need some advice. And I was like, what's up? She was like, oh, she has this event coming up and she wants to get people to it. So I was like, oh, well, cool. And she was like, can you give me some ideas, to like organically promote right now? Like, how can I get people to come? And I was like, well, I think one of the things you should do is, like, first and foremost, everybody you come across, you got to ask them for their email address. You got to ask them for their email address. And she's like, oh, okay, cool. So I was like, yeah, you can make a landing page, but either way, you got to ask them for their email address. Ask them for the email address. Get an email address so you can remind them. And she's like, oh, okay, cool. And then she goes, oh my gosh, thank you so much. Okay, bye. And I was like, hold on, time out. Did this girl really just ask me for my advice? I told her that everybody she comes across, she needs to ask for their email address. Did she really just walk away without asking me for my email address? I'm with all seriousness, I'm like starting to think it's me. Like, I'm starting to think, like, is it me? Is it something I'm saying or how I'm saying it? It has to be me. Meanwhile, there's other people that are literally killing it. They're killing it in the online space. They're making hundreds of thousands of dollars. Some are making hundreds of thousands of dollars a month. And I gotta pull teeth to get people to do simple stuff, man. Hey, Omar, what's good, man? What do you think about text message marketing? Is there a platform or service you recommend? I am not a fan of text message marketing. I'm not. I mean, I have a bunch of people that are like, Mike, man, you gotta get on the text message marketing thing, and I'm just not. I'm not a fan of text message marketing. I don't, cause I think that text messages. I think that text messages is a bit more invasive. It's a bit more invasive than email is. Email is one of those things that, like, if you're conducting business, like, that is your space to see stuff like long form. I believe text messages is like this really personal space that you shouldn't really have too many people enter into. And so, like an example, this campaign, I mean, yo, like, the number of text messages I've received is ridiculous. Like, I got more annoyed than anything. It didn't help. It didn't help moving me to do anything with the campaign, with the selection. Um, it annoyed me more than anything. So it annoyed me more than anything. Questions, questions, questions. And again, like, I'm gonna revisit this one more time. Like, I'm gonna snip this video because I think this is a very important calculation here. Like, you need to, if you are generating revenue because of you playing the numbers game, you gotta have some numbers. You gotta have some numbers. So, but I don't think I should be pulling teeth to get people to do email marketing. I think more people need to just do it. Just do it. Email, just, and to be quite honest with you too, one thing that I've observed when it comes to email marketing is that, believe it or not, it forces, believe it or not, it forces you to think about how to serve your audience. Think about that for a second. It Doing email marketing forces you to think about how to serve your audience. That's the other reason why people that do email marketing, the reason they do so well is because they're consistently trying to identify ways to serve their audience. The people that serve the most make the most. The people that serve the most make the most. So it's important that you identify different ways to serve. Email marketing, um, it helps you with that. Like an example, like, even right now. I'm gonna tell you right now, like, I'm coming on here live. And I'm sharing information about email marketing. This is the why. And the reason why is because, like, I like to educate you guys on different topics. But I know that it doesn't just take one live to learn this stuff. So what I've actually put together is a program. It's like this little course. It's some videos that I recorded that's going to consume like a number of hours of your time, along with some exercises. But that is like that's my offering after these type of lives, right? Like, I put energy into creating that. So now it's like, hey, like, if you want to learn how to do this stuff, my little course called Email Marketing Made Easy will walk you through end to end how to set up your Mailerlite, how to segment your list, how to create your first 5 emails, how to get your first 500 subscribers, how to create content consistently, how to make a schedule, how to identify who's worth something, how to sell through your email, right? So think about that. Like, I consistently come on live and I'm always sharing information. So I have a number of people that's like, hey, like, there's value in what this guy's saying. I serve, 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 serve. And then I create things that can even further serve them. But that supports my business, right? Like, my business now isn't me doing done for you services. I can't um I can't sustain my business by doing all of the work for my clients. Now I have to teach my clients how to do this stuff. So now I'm making programs. I'm writing these ebooks and stuff like that. So um, I have one called Email Marketing Made Easy. I might rename it to Email Marketing That Converts, right? Just because I'm all about sales. So that is like my offering. Anybody that sends me a message after this and says, "Hey Mike, like I really loved your live. I like the fact that you broke down I like the fact that you broke down the fact that like I didn't look at it that way. The number of emails relative to how much you're making, I didn't look at it that way, right? Anybody that says, hey, this stuff makes sense, I'll send them an email and I'll say, hey, we'd love to see if you want to check out my course. Well, let's see if you want to check out my course. It's $47. If you don't like it, click a couple buttons and you get your money back. I'm not concerned. Like I just when people sell courses, it is a matter of knowing that you're working with people who want to actually invest in their development. You know, so if someone's willing to separate with $47 to grow their ability to generate thousands through their email list or thousands through organic marketing, that's somebody that's investing in themselves. For anybody that listens to my stuff, I am consistent about a couple things. I'm consistent about the fact that you need to be more human. I will never waver in that. If anything is going to get stronger, you have to be more human. 2, you have to use tools. You have to have a framework. And you have to do a lot of this stuff. Like you have to frame your activity to break how you've learned things. Like so I went through this example. Right? This literally this equals this minus this number divided by this number, right? This number right here, this is my failure rate. So think about this, okay? Think about this for a second, just for a moment. My failure rate is 98%. My failure rate is 98%, okay? When we were growing up, we went to school and we were told that we need to aspire to a success rate of 98%. We were told we need to aspire to a success rate of 98%. This example here, where I am making $2,000 from 2 clients, $500 per email, and per subscriber, I'm making $20 every time somebody subscribes. That is with a 98% failure rate. Okay? Come on. My big thing is to break what we've learned. What we've learned is not true. School messed us up, okay? We need to break ourselves from the bonds of this flawed philosophy around success. A 98% success, a 98% failure rate is amazing. A 2% success rate is amazing. We need to break ourselves from that. That's one of the first things. Anytime I coach anyone or anytime anyone takes any of my programs, like I'm literally, my focus is not to learn or help them learn. My focus is to help them unlearn. There's so many things we have to unlearn. I wasn't able to grow as a business owner until I learned how to unlearn. I had to learn how to unlearn. All right. So I'm going to wrap this up because I'm already at 45 minutes and none of you are asking questions. And I know we're coming up to, I know it's a Friday too. I mean, hold on. Is it Friday? Yeah, it's Friday. I don't even know what day it is. If you have any questions about email marketing, hit me up. If you have an interest in checking out my program, Email Marketing Made Easy, hit me up. Shoot me a quick message. And I'd love to tell you more about it. Again, it's a number of videos and some activities to get you started on email marketing, getting your first 500 subscribers, making your first sale through email, inputting call to actions, designing everything, getting everything set up, creating a schedule, identifying what your activities are going to look like on a weekly basis, segmenting the email list so that people are getting relevant emails to what it is that they have an interest in, and just your posture around email marketing. If you have an interest in learning more about that, shoot me a quick message or even comment down below, and I'll send you more information. The investment for it is $47 right now. I might up it as people start to actually buy into it, and I might actually do some marketing on it just because I'm seeing the benefits of people doing email marketing. I mean, so you got to market through email. You got to market through email. Black business owners, we have to do better at utilizing some of these tools to grow and scale our business. All right. So let me know if you have any questions, and I would be absolutely happy to answer it. I'm always on here. I'm always on here sharing something. All right. So Meredith, this is eye opening. Yes, we need to unlearn all of the lack of business strategies and um, work. I'm assuming that means more mentally. Work more mentally. I don't know. I'll figure it out. But either way, email marketing. Let me know if you have any questions, and we'll talk soon. All right. Take care.